In the building, the Game Plan Podcast. Tuesday, 7 to 8 p.m. Fishing, Lee Ice, Rose, Ray LaBay. Listen, fishing, live.com. Streaming on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. News, sports, gossip, comedy, game change, everything. We in the building. In the building, the Game Plan Podcast. Tuesday, 7 to 8 p.m. Fishing, Lee Ice, Rose, Ray LaBay. Listen, fishing, live.com. Streaming on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. News, sports, gossip, comedy, game change, everything. We in the building.
All right, we in the building. We are a couple minutes late because you can see they were trying to hide a body.
Yes.
I don't know what's popping over
There
here.
was so much happening in the background just now.
I have no idea.
I know one thing. You need
You
to.
damn near hit a body. Can
And-
you hear me? Can y'all? Oh, I
And
gotta
this
put
is
it up.
this is another edition of the Talk
it up to
Over
your
Each
mouth.
Other show, starring us.
Who left cake icing on
Now
my
tell
mic
us
stand?
us what occurred over there, y'all. This is the
It
Game
was-
Plan
it was a
Podcast.
lie.
Hello.
No, it was. Why are you?
Explain to my
friends.
friends
So,
why they had to wait a couple minutes.
What
What occurred
happened
over
was-
He
there?
want everybody to know he eating Lil Romeo.
Into the
crab
microphones,
snacks.
Crab
everyone.
snacks. So what happened was, let's first start with Lee Ice.
Okay.
We had to pass him the cranberry juice because he has a UTI.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Ray's
baking
over
it-
here
so,
drinking out
hold
of
on.
his bottle like
Let's-
a straight
let's-
wino and spilled something.
We got to hit each point individually. So Lee Ice,
Lee Ice.
No, stop. You
Lee
already
Ice
saying too
fix-
much. We
fixing
had a
his-
code of
fixing
honor.
his UTI.
he has a UTI.
Yes, he has a UTI.
So,
So,
he's
straight
baking a
cranberry
loaf of
juice.
sourdough
very
bread.
funny.
Okay.
Right.
That's
So
very
he's
funny.
pretty
He
yeasty.
just wants you to repeat that.
pretty yeasty right now.
Get it again.
It's
Ray's over here like a wino, drinking wine.
I'm drinking
out of
water,
this,
okay,
out of
first
this,
of all.
and then she
No.
got a hole in her lip and it spilled all over the place.
She reversed.
Then we asked somebody to get some napkins, and normally when you bring napkins, you probably bring a roll. He brings 2 napkins from
brought
Chipotle,
some
so you
Chipotle.
already know this joke is light as shit. They ain't sopping up nothing, but that's what happened.
Oh, so what? You had nothing to do with nothing, nigga? You had this whole time looking like the carry-out with your little
Right.
big-ass bag, all these napkins that you had on your behalf and all the trash and whatnot. I tried to do you a favor. You gonna
He
throw
was
that
sharing chips,
He was doing a lot.
but he was breaking like a piece of the chip off and handing it to people. This is
You
some
get a
black
fraction.
shit
You get
going
a
on
fraction.
today.
I don't
Lee
like
Ice,
recognize
Lee Ice smell
Yeah.
like
Just don't- that's
some
not my
old
flavor.
Puma soles. Ray is over here
like
turning
garlic
wine
shit.
into water like Jesus. And Justy is named Potato Chip. I'm your man, Division, and this is Game Plan Podcast.
This is like the
Welcome
ultimate
to
blooper.
another show.
Yes, we
Oh,
sorry.
guys, you the normal one today, I see.
You need to
Look, they did.
Can you
Immediately.
please calm down?
You don't like looking up to me?
come down.
What's wrong?
No, you're
I know
too
you don't
high.
got your glasses.
Now, if
but
you
like,
notice, their feet are somewhat showing and they have shininess. They have a brand new table over there.
Look at
and
her,
how
y'all.
they thanked us.
She looks like a
For the
I look
brand
like
new
a
table.
queen sitting up high on her
Ray,
throne. What's wrong?
Ray,
You wanna
talk a
look
little
like
bit.
an Amazon.
Pull your
Can
mic
you
up a
hear
little
me?
bit, baby.
What is it?
Slowly, like Jill Scott.
Oh my God. Look at everybody has no chip.
Our ratings will go up.
This?
No, the middle part there.
This
sweetie.
right here?
Speaking of Jill Scott, when she did that about 4 or 5 months ago, was that
You got it, Ray.
That
I
wasn't
don't know
extra.
what
She
I'm
does that on all her
supposed
shows.
Just aim it towards your mouth.
Say,
Listen, you
shout out to
guys are
Igor.
like-
Y'all have never seen Igor on
There
the
he
show.
is.
He's
Thank
on
you.
here.
Thank you.
Thank
He's
you.
on
Don't
here
be
with
extra,
us.
okay?
That's our man.
He has a real-
I'm happy somebody wants to make sure that I'm heard.
He has a
Thank
real
you,
life
friend.
tape.
You're not.
Now you
No,
can,
he's a wizard.
now you can turn it off.
Igor wears a cape.
So before we hit your point, Justy, rest in
There was
peace
a
to
point
Bushwick
there?
Bill.
You went
Oh,
out?
Yeah, he went all the way out. It was a short time ago.
it was
Boom.
as short as your chair is right now. Okay.
Here every
Like,
Tuesday.
Was that too
show.
soon? Was it?
Now, hold on. I thought, no, the last thing I saw about him that he was sick.
Oh no, he
Damn,
gone.
dog, where you been?
no, cancer is no joke.
I heard that.
Cancer
And they
is
said,
no joke.
Yeah.
Hey, Slim, shout out to Bushwick Bill.
Hey,
Yeah,
how
no,
does it
rest
feel,
in peace.
Jesse,
Your
when
Halloween
someone your
feels on the
size
weekend.
dies? How do you feel when someone your size dies?
Leah's
There is
real
no,
aggressive
you
with
guys
that
are
look.
so distasteful.
I'm just saying, I mean, y'all are special kind of people.
No offense to any little
No,
people.
no
I
offense
know,
to little
like
Midgets,
okay.
dwarfs, hobbits out there. We're not trying to offend any of you.
No,
We
I'm
love
not
all of
offending
you.
anybody.
Lee Ice,
I'm going to wear
Yes.
his T-shirt tomorrow.
you were a Ghetto Boys fan.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think this is a big loss for the hip hop community?
It might be a little minor, little loss, but, you know.
All right. Let's move on.
Wait,
Okay.
man. Come
Let's move
on.
on from that one.
Wait.
You
It's
still
too
making
soon, bro.
trash?
Nah.
What's going on?
No, it's a big
I need
loss.
you to-
It's a big loss. Anytime someone from the
Shout out
hip
to
hop,
Talking Terps.
You guys
Make
are
me
You
laugh.
know what? Hey, that real live, that he's a part of the hip hop community. Man.
Absolutely.
So it's always a loss.
Yeah,
They-
it's always
they-
a loss.
You know, they added to the hip hop culture and the family. So
Can I ask y'all a question?
yeah.
Now, I understand he's part of hip hop culture.
Yeah.
Now, is he a rapper? Is he a great lyricist rapper? Is he
No.
considered that? Or
No.
is he a hype man like
He
Flav?
like a P Diddy, like a hype man.
Like a
You know,
Flav.
Yeah.
Okay.
He not what? Did you just compare this man to Diddy?
His boys
as far-
disappeared
no.
too.
As far as like hyping, I mean,
He's not even that.
he was a hype man.
He
I
was
think-
just part of a
A well-known group.
You thought it was Kane, but it was Gold Medal Flower, Lee Ice. Now,
Yeah. Are we?
it's a serious question, Lee Ice. Is he? Would he be considered? You know, is
He was part of
Because he
a
was
rap
part of
group
them.
that had one of the most famous songs ever. That's it.
all right?
What was
And
the
That's
song
because he
again,
was
Leah,
short,
just so
because
that
he was
everybody know?
because he was a little person, he got a little more recognition.
Oh,
Because if he was like 6 foot, when everybody was like, he's sorry.
He's rude bastard.
What was that song, Lee Ice? Just so that everybody know.
My mind's playing tricks on me. I mean, I know you're from Monkey County. You don't know these things,
Why
so
you
we're
got
gonna
busted
educate.
Mo
shut? I
County?
wasn't even trying to go there. I was just saying,
Monkey.
just so that those that are tuning in.
I
know
mean,
what
I'm just
song you talking
educating
about.
you, babe. That's
No,
all. Don't
I'm
ain't no
gonna
need to
put your
get
glasses
mad.
on so we could be
I
eye to
think-
eye, okay? Like,
one at
don't
a
be trying
time,
to
people.
come
One
at
at a
me.
time.
I think he served a purpose.
Okay.
And that was it. And that's not anything. I mean, he was good with the group. He was a novelty, like Lee Ice said.
Yeah.
Because that did bring attention to him. But he was just solid. He was just solid. I mean, it wasn't like no highs, no lows. He was just solid.
It was as advertised.
Yeah, he was just solid.
There wasn't anything spectacular.
Definitely no highs, but no lows.
And
I don't think there was
now-
any lows. He was just solid. He was just like right here. He was just solid.
Oh man,
I think he
homie.
really stayed. He just stayed in his lane.
He was
I think
alright. You know,
Ghetto
I
Boys
mean,
stayed in
yeah,
their lane. They
they
didn't
stayed.
go.
They
Now, to be honest with you, without Scarface, none of the Ghetto Boys would have been famous.
That's
so
true.
Not
he
even
benefited
Willie
from
D.
being next to one of the greatest rappers ever. You wouldn't have bought Mike CD if it was just him.
All right.
They got love based on their association with Face, rap a lot. That whole
Exactly.
thing. Yeah.
He was good. He was good on Martin.
He was good. I mean, you mess with.
See, he's a rude bastard.
He was good on Martin.
He was good on Martin.
They jumped Tommy.
He had a little
Tommy
part.
like 6'3".
Hey, but speaking of little people, y'all see that one little video?
I don't know. Say it into the mic though.
There's a video with the little people from Atlanta,
Okay.
and they was dancing. And
Oh, the fat joint.
yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Hey, ooh, good gracious.
Yeah.
You know she used to be a stripper, right? Dwayne, would you hit a midget? Let me ask Lee Ice. Would you hit a midget?
No, they freak me out. I'm scared.
I would.
You're scared of midgets?
Yes,
I would.
am.
I would.
Really?
I'm not ashamed to say it. They scare me.
You wouldn't
Because
hit
they
a
got
midget?
big heads. Is it all midgets or the ones with the sausage fingers?
Wait, what? Let me shut up.
No, because you know there's two different
This
types of
is
midgets.
not an okay conversation anymore.
I'm not laughing.
It's two. No offense. Come
I'm
on.
not talking about little people, man.
No, but would you? It's real life.
No, I would not because I'm scared of them.
Scared of what? What is there to
They're
be
not like
scared of? They're
clowns.
a
They're
human
not like
being.
clowns.
They're people.
Lee Ice, you
They
always
are.
skate
They
around
have
this
the
issue.
same functions and counterparts. They're just.
Well, will you date a midget then?
I'm not talking about me. We talking
No,
about.
no,
you.
no.
Oh, she already caught. That's a
She
cop
already-
out.
I'm being honest.
That's a cop out, Ray.
No,
But
yes.
this is a turnaround. Like,
I am being honest.
You
I am.
can't answer
They
a question
freak
with the
me
question.
out. No.
but I see why. What is it about them? Like no bullshit.
Just,
like,
I mean, I know it's fucked up to say just their whole appearance. The big head, the little hands, and the little nubby shit. That shit scares. It freaks me
You
out.
don't think that could serve a purpose though? Change in the couch.
Dog. I'm sick.
like your
All
keys
that,
in the
all that
car.
stuff you talk about, flipping them up in the air in the bedroom.
I
stuff
can't.
Like that.
Pulling
I
on the
know.
hair, rubbing
It
on
freaks
them.
me out. It freaks me out, man. When I see them,
I
they
used to
just-
give a midget a chance.
why
Man,
is
midget might
that-
love
what
you.
is there to be scared of?
Your
Like,
food
they're
bill
not
is
like-
lower.
Once again, will you date a midget?
Clothes are constantly discounted.
I'm a woman. I can't date no man.
Why can't you date a man shorter than you?
I cannot date.
So you would never
I don't
date
wanna
Justin?
Look at you eye to eye. Like,
Wait a
And when
second.
they strippers, you only
Wait
got
a
tipping
second.
50 cents.
Wait a second.
listen.
We got two different points Lee Ice just said. He said you wouldn't date a short person. Then he had the nerve to point at me and talk about you wouldn't date a Listen.
She said
What
she
I'm
wouldn't date a
saying
man shorter than
Listen.
her.
What I'm saying
If I
is
can't look
my
up,
game
there's
is
no
7 feet
Hold on,
tall.
one at a
tilt in
time,
my
one
head.
at a time, one at a
If
time.
there's no tilt in my head, there's nothing to elevate our.
That's terrible because he could be packing. He could be a tripod.
I mean,
and you're not
shit.
giving him a
He
chance.
could
And
be.
he come from money.
It could be, but it's only.
And he got the pretty hair.
You know what?
Slim.
He got Indian in his
I'm
family.
gonna say what
A
I want
small
to say
part of Indian.
because
That's discriminatory.
That is. And that's racist.
That's not racist. Indians have good hair.
But what I'm
That's why
saying
y'all buy
is-
it from the beauty
See,
supply.
I get offended by that because listen.
Why? Because Indians have good hair?
No, because I am a shorter guy.
So you're offended by what, that she wouldn't date short men?
Who listens to that anymore?
You can wear lifts.
But who listens to women?
Like Tim's give you about
But
3
why
inches.
would you
yeah, they
listen?
they give a
The
good
women
little
that
height.
talk about they don't like short men, they don't know what the hell they want anyway.
It's not that I don't
That's
like
true.
short.
They don't know
the hell- right.
They all over the place
no,
with
no,
it.
No, listen at the difference. What you just said.
What's
you
the
said
difference?
no. He said I don't like short men. It's not that I'm not going to not like a short man. I'm telling you what I'm not going to go for. So unfortunately, at that extent,
And do you know what
already
your
don't-
chiropractor bill would be? Doing this
All day.
all day long? You'll be one of them ladies with
You're
that
discriminating.
And look, she gonna get older.
Look.
She gonna get real short.
What if
When
a
you
tall
about
man
50,
told
I'ma
you,
be
I
able
don't
to
like
rest my
short
junk
women?
right here.
Ray.
be
You
humped
let me
over.
know what the statistics look like. I
And
do
Ray.
plus
have-
tall dudes, look, Lee Ice can tell
Ray.
you there's not a lot of hair up there.
What if a
It's not.
tall
Look how Lee
tall
Ice
dude
act.
say I don't like short women? I don't date short women. How would you take that?
He's doing
He don't
his-
have a choice. There's not a lot of gigantic, huge bitches out
he
here.
doesn't
There's a
really-
lot of big women out here.
No,
Act-
I mean, it's some.
Would you
but
date 'em?
That's the thing,
Huh?
like,
They got very large unibrows.
no,
okay. I mean, you know,
I wouldn't. I couldn't.
I got Ray. Hey, we cut Ray off with that one. All right. So speaking of, but this is a good segue into.
I've never
our
dated a
first
big
subject.
girl.
You never dated
Wait,
a what?
you never dated a tall one?
Oh, tall. Oh, I done knocked down some
Oh, what's
6
wrong
no,
foot.
with
he
a
said a big
I
girl
done knocked
though.
down some 6
But
foot.
he
What's
said-
wrong with a fluffy? What's wrong with
But
a big
he
girl?
said that's what I was gonna say. It's like a real like little joint with a.
So hold
you
on,
know
hold
what I
on.
mean? Like we
So
talking
hold on.
about these
Hold on.
dynamics
Hold
and
on.
whatnot.
So
like
we have to, first of all, we need to establish what we
What is
consider a
big?
big girl.
Let's-
Because we got
let's
a
say-
lot of women that be great talking about they.
I'll set it
big,
up.
But they be I'm thick.
Well, they always talking about they big boned, but it's just a regular bones with a lot of meat wrapped around them. But,
It's a hefty rib.
but no, let's
big
say
rib.
okay. Let's set
I'ma
let's set a
let the men
standard.
take over this
Anything
part right
above
here.
186.
But you know what? You can't even put a
So what-
number. No.
But
I'm
if
just
she's
saying
tall,
the
186
number
is a
doesn't
little
mean
different.
anything.
Let's go pant size. So we talking about
16 or above. Let's go. Ashley Stewart.
So if
Damn,
you're going to
that's a whole
Ashley
game
Stewart,
changer.
Dress barn all the way in the back.
That's a whole
if your
game.
stuff is in the corner,
Yes. Yes.
and you have to use 2 hangers,
Yes.
you're a big girl to hang your
Wow.
clothes
Wow.
Who has to use 2
up.
hangers?
It was just a
Wow.
joke. But no,
Oh, I'm over here
Because the
like,
clothes are so large.
I'm like, thank you,
one
God. I
hanger
still
just-
got
hold
some
on.
time.
So
Like,
I don't think you can say 16, but if you start getting up to like 18 or 20, then you may.
All right, let's do comparisons. Monique and above.
Monique,
Which
I was
Monique?
about to say,
It don't
which
matter
Monique
because
though?
they're all bad. Because when her skin is loose,
Yeah,
ooh,
she got the little Oprah joints that be like little
yeah,
flat
yes,
little wings.
yes.
So we
That's
talking about
hers
big
how long?
Oprah, little
It's like a
Oprah.
Stretch Armstrong.
We talking about big Oprah. We talking about Sophie,
Do y'all hear
Oprah.
this?
Miss Sophia, I would have hit Miss Sophia. She had
You would?
fire. She had fire.
Ew.
She knocked the white man out. She would have got something just for that. Just for that. Just for that.
Respect.
Nell Carter, maybe.
I don't like her bush.
No, okay.
Who?
Lydia Liza Gutman.
I saw her last night on some bullshit show.
No, but
Okay, Precious. Patent
Hell
leather.
no.
Why?
What's wrong with Precious?
It's greasy
What
It's
is wrong with
greasy.
Precious?
Why
Yes.
she gotta be greasy?
because she's full of MSG. Now, would you hit it?
The disrespect. I'm so sorry to all my sisters that are out there that have
you know
to
what? Hey,
tune in.
listen.
I
and
love big
be
women.
like,
I'm
you
good
know,
with big women.
hey, look.
So you hit
so
Precious?
affected.
Huh?
You hit her?
Huh?
You hit her.
I got an
If you
outer
you
ear
heard me.
infection. I can't hear you.
You would hear. You know what? To each his own.
But
To each his
you
own.
know what?
Beauty is
But-
beauty.
no, no.
I wouldn't
it's
say-
not about looks.
Why they
Would
so
you-
hold
hold
on.
on. Let's
So
reverse
why,
it.
Why
It might
can't
be
you
about
say
height.
that?
Let's
Why-
reverse
yeah, I'm about
it.
to say.
Would you smash Fat Boy SE?
I don't know who that is.
He's big and greasy.
I'll do a fluff.
Would you
I'll,
date
listen,
Biggie
I
Smalls?
don't know something.
She called them niggas fluff.
Would you date Biggie Smalls
Oh,
or Fat Rick Ross?
they wouldn't see eye to eye.
Would you date the Fat Rick Ross? I ain't talking
Yes.
about
I don't
the one
want to
that.
have to lift up a certain
With the saggy
part.
tattoo
Let me
nipples.
tell you something. I don't want to have to. I'll deal with the cushion, but if I gotta lift it, like you know what I mean? Like,
I'm with them because you can't get all the folds when
you
you're that
get
big.
what I'm saying? Like,
You gotta wash with a rag and a stick.
You know, because then my thing is when it comes to shit like that, then hygiene is my immediate concern.
take
Like
baths.
you don't get all that, so like what she don't get.
What if he had a helper monkey? That did all of that for him. Would you
That's
give him
my
a
favorite
chance?
word, monkey. Look at you. You tickle so quick.
Yeah, is she okay with it?
No, man, smoking is making somebody. I'm kidding.
A helper monkey. Oh,
Can
yeah.
somebody give me some water? So,
You got cranberry juice right there.
I'm not drinking out of this, man.
Why?
Yeah, take that to the face.
Drink out of it, man.
No.
Just think of it as some
Then
vodka.
I really look ghetto.
We'll
and shit,
we'll
huh?
get you water during the break, Lee Ice. Okay. It's
Is
okay.
it cloudy in here or is it just me?
It's just you.
No, it's cloudy as fuck in here. I'm gonna need y'all to know y'all need to pipe it down. Our audience over here acting up right now.
It's
I
legal.
think we all get a little
It's legal.
contact.
Oh,
It's
man.
I ain't
absolutely
mad,
legal.
but I need a.
Can I get a
You know
cup?
what?
If it
But
ain't
I got
sativa in
I got
the
a
air,
question.
I don't care.
I'll straighten y'all out with something serious.
All right.
Let's get serious.
Sure.
All right, so I saw actually this was a subject me and Lee Ice were discussing
shit.
over green tea,
Right, when
and I saw that David Banner actually commented on it as well, where he said 90% of our music is detrimental
Oh,
to the black
absolutely.
community.
Yeah.
It's like
So
brainwashing
where's the
you.
positivity? Where's black positivity in entertainment right
it's
now?
not getting signed or the getting the recognition that it should.
Okay.
Because it's not.
Because it doesn't
It's
sell.
not
Negativity
attractive.
sells.
It doesn't,
It doesn't
sell,
sell.
exactly.
Right.
Like
Well, let me
he-
ask you this: how much of that is not selling or disinterest versus a narrative being sold to the people?
It's just not. It's not attractive, and it's unfortunate, and it's again unfortunate. But it's like you know how they say sex sells because that's something that's juicy, that's like hot, that's something that people are going to want to.
So you're
as
saying
co-
it's a human nature thing,
I don't.
where human because you don't see it in white TV.
You know what? Yeah.
You see the One Tree Hills, the Gossip Girl. You see all of this stuff. Touched by an Angel, Highway to Heaven.
Yeah.
Dating
The
ourselves.
Seventh
there.
Heavens.
Yeah.
I remember that.
You see all of that. You know what I mean? But then you got to flip it around and you see Martin.
Because of the way that we're marketed, we ran
Okay.
with it. We ran off of what is going to cap and make money for nothing that goes into our pockets, but something
Okay.
that seems to be of value. Which
But
we
is
don't.
that the question I want, because a lot of the explanations I see is the people don't want it. You know, which is
And I
think
think
is
we're
not the truth.
manipulated. I think that we become.
That's what I'm trying
you know
to
what
get
I mean?
to.
Like, you know how people come at females for watching Lifetime all day. You know, like back when that was a thing. It's like, oh, like we don't want y'all to be sitting here watching. You know this.
No,
and the
that's
third.
different though. Lifetime was always about some chick getting abused.
It was always about some
and
real
getting-
shit
yeah.
though, and somebody having to like.
If you're a kid watching that, you think everybody's beating the shit out of everybody.
I mean, it was a little bit more to it.
Yeah,
We're not
there's
just
really
being
no
people
love
out
on
here,
Lifetime.
but I'm just
Lifetime is
saying-
dark.
No, but
That's like
Lifetime
on the
is
low.
something that you can, as a woman, I know that you can, but like relate to. Like if I was able to act in that manner
Mm-hmm.
and have like that story tell, like fiction ending or whatever, I'll do that. But obviously, like everybody isn't gonna kill somebody.
Okay.
We don't have that in us or whatever. But like, anyways, back to our point. Like, this entertainment, like this high that we get off of having us look in a certain kind of way, it's just because of we've been manipulated.
I think it's what's presented.
Right.
It's what's
because
presented.
You do not see anybody. You do not see a lot of that are spitting that conscious type rap when it's not negative.
And it's like
you don't see that
downplayed.
on commercial or anything like that.
Right.
You'll see.
You want that
like you see, like why couldn't
derogatory,
anybody that does that the different type talking about take 2 Chainz spot? You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like
Bust it
that.
down, Tatiana.
Yeah. Why couldn't like when he's in there doing those commercials? What was it? Commercial 2 Chainz doing now.
He did. Two Chainz sell everything
Yeah,
from tampons.
so why is
Oh, is he
somebody-
like little Shaq? Because
Dresses.
Shaq on every other
Yeah, but why isn't
commercial.
why isn't somebody else doing that? Because he's just not recognized. They didn't push him when you could have got anybody that's making good music that may
But
not
it's
be
all
selling.
for what makes money quick. I think
Yeah.
it's all about the here and
But
now.
it's a narrative. I think what makes money is relative because if you advertise it with a mass advertising machine, people are going to buy it. People are going to think they need it and they're going to go get it.
Get it
So
right.
is it beneficial? I think it's more to it. I think there is. I know people say, oh, y'all are paranoid, but you should be. Because when you let's look through your Xfinity or Verizon, but look at all the movies, man. Pootie Tang and Menace. You see Menace come up all the time. Juice,
Yeah.
all these that, and these
Yeah.
are critically acclaimed, but no one's
Correct.
talked. And
Don't
then
let
the
them
good
fools
ones
smoke
are the
your
Help.
cousin.
Fences. Which is actually Fences was all right. Or Spike Lee when he go to the left.
But it's not what
Yeah.
we have a story to tell.
Right.
Like, Boys in the Hood, for example. That shouldn't be no like hood movie or whatever the case may be. That should be a movie that has like that positive, like that up, like inspiring.
But you wouldn't have watched it if it was 2 hours of Furious talking.
Yeah.
You had to have Doughboy
But that,
and
That's
Ricky
right.
getting
Right.
shot.
Furious styles of
to me, till this day, there is no movie like Boys in the Hood. There's no movie that represents
I disagree. Woo was wonderful. But go ahead.
who?
Yes.
Starring Jada Pinkett.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, it's not that. The fact that we can count, you know what I mean? In that other world, there's so many.
Well,
that,
the availability. They say Hollywood's so white, Oscar's so
you know
white,
what
and
I'm
all this
saying?
kind
But
of thing.
like, yeah, like that's just something to also
But
be aware of.
the issue is the separation of the people.
Right.
Because we have a lot of black billionaires. We have a lot of people.
Right.
We have a lot of billionaire. We have a billionaire in music now. We have a lot of well-off people
Right.
that can pool their resources
Right.
to have an alternative to Hollywood.
I think
they
it's-
don't have the
So-
lockdown that they think they have.
Again, the question is, where's the
He's over here. I
positivity
know you don't have your glasses.
in
He's right here.
black entertainment?
We don't see it
We
grownish,
don't
blackish
have it.
maybe.
And who is that on?
Huh?
Who is that on? Is that on
Us.
the entertainment? Yeah, it's on us.
No, but see, that's
No, you know
I
what?
don't think it's on us. I
No.
think if we had the availability of those shows and they weren't corny,
Yeah.
they weren't corny.
We have it, man.
The thing is, you can have a Cosby Show, or you can have a Steve Urkel.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they make the good stuff corny.
But you-
like Homeboys
Okay, you
and
know-
Outer
But
Space,
you know,
Byron
like
Allen
he
type
says,
stuff.
it
Was
is
the Cosby Show corny?
No,
Was
Absolutely
the Different
not.
World corny?
no, and then
We
I
don't
go
have
after
shows
that.
like that.
But you know what?
We
I'm
have
sorry.
shows where we got black women fighting each other
Yeah,
because they
these-
cheating on the whatever,
Exactly.
whatever.
They be
And
fat.
you know what it
Did
does?
Carly
Exactly.
Red.
It keeps us watching and it keeps
Exactly.
us
But you know-
stupid.
Exactly.
wanna
But if
know
we
if
watching
Carly
a
Red
different
really
world
had
every,
anal
if
sex.
we watching a different world every Thursday, when
It made
used
you
to
wanna
come
go to
on,
college.
Some
it make you wanna-
positivity,
But
right.
we can't have that. We can't have black people being educated.
You know
We
what?
can have it.
Not in this lifetime.
Oh, she's
We
got
gotta
something.
keep
Oh,
watching.
something hitting Ray LeBay. That water hit.
So look, and this speaking of having the people behind it,
okay.
if you guys remember back,
Behind
there was
it.
this white show when I was still on, Last Man Standing with Tim Allen.
Okay.
Right. So
he
know
he said nigga, by the way.
Yeah, so you
Good.
know he was it's a conservative show, right? But the thing is, it went off, but then their people got behind it, and now it's picked back up.
Right.
See, that's the shit we can't do. We have
We
to
should
struggle
do.
too. We should be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Our stuff happens, and that's the end.
That's the end of it. You ain't
That's
saying
it.
no more.
And they got to get reinvented. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, some way, then finally get back on the limelight.
Look at all the black shows they just canceled. Lil Rel.
Yeah.
And all the,
The good, the
And I'm not-
thing that like.
Carmichael show, which I thought
Yeah,
was good.
I thought that was a good show.
I got a question for
They just
all
brought
of
back
y'all.
The,
And I'm like,
what's his name?
and I'm
The
like,
comedian.
So we
That
think about
car
it.
accident?
Like with him, he said the word nigga, which is terrible.
Trace Morgan.
Right? We say niggas is terrible. He said
And
it
he's
on there.
also Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. And then we got somebody like the dude on the Shy. Now,
And he's snitching.
Now how do we say that, look, okay, him calling somebody a nigga, let him stay off for a cycle, he comes back in next year. But we on the flip, something happened. And both these are bad
I
situations.
think that's an individualized thing because Kramer said nigga and you haven't heard nothing from him.
Well, Kramer will be back. I guarantee
When?
that.
That's what, like 20 years ago. Kramer done. Kramer's done.
But I mean, stuff like that seems
a
to
nigga.
kill us. I mean, stuff like that seems to kill us where we don't get to come back. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a talent thing. It's a talent thing. I really think it's a talent thing. If you're talented, it's all about marketing. Buying for $1.
But there's no. Martin went through the same thing with Gina, and you can't see him on TV.
No,
You
he
may
had
see him in the
shows
movie.
since then. He just
Nothing that they were allowed to.
he was
to
with
work.
Kelsey Grammer and Thelma Hopkins.
Oh, he did his movies. That saved him. But
Well,
I can't get on the show.
I think show is different though, because a TV life and movie life are two different. Movie star, you have more free time.
Right.
Show, you're there all the time. So I mean, like Steve Harvey getting kicked off of TV.
He used too much dye.
That needs to happen.
Yo, why was his mustache like always like this?
I don't know.
And then
I
he
don't
had-
know. Yeah. It's a dollar store brush. Leave it
It's
on.
as good as it gets.
Now, let me transition. Y'all all live in America, living in America. Can black people be patriotic?
Why not?
I'm asking. I'm from Newfoundland. I don't know.
Why can't,
I don't see black people being patriotic. I mean, this is my personal opinion.
We were at 9/11.
We were?
Yeah, we were. Because we got a fair shake actually for like
Okay.
Yeah.
a month
So-
and a half.
I got a question for everybody.
All right.
Shit go on with another country. Trump say I need your support. Are y'all going to support Trump?
It depends on what went on.
I was gonna say depends on what's happening.
Like if China
The
started tripping.
U.S. versus any other.
Let me ask you.
There's
But if
It
we're like
depends.
actually like this whole thing with Mexico, like I don't support the fact that he wants to build a wall because he feels like they're not allowed
No,
to
because
be.
you're
in
not
our-
gonna fuck up my churro on Friday
Yeah,
night.
but-
then.
Like that's what I'm saying.
but
Like
we've
people are
known.
leaving their countries for safety, for protection.
Well, no,
for
I think-
they're better opportunities.
Well, hold on. I think let's-
from where you're going. But
I kind of
like,
want to, because I kind of want to explore that. So it depends on what's happening, though.
Right.
Right.
It depends on the narrative that's being sold.
You live in
Like,
this country, right?
No, hold it. That doesn't necessarily mean
No,
that you're going to
I'm just
automatically.
asking a question. You live in this country, right?
Sometimes
Your president has a beef with the other country.
it
Who are you going to
depends
support?
on the beef.
okay.
Who are you going to support?
Can I like kind of?
well, see, you know, as blacks, we've been taught to stay out of stuff that ain't our business. And I'm not even trying to be funny.
But we also
no.
we also all up in everybody's
That's
business.
true. And we'll
know
be like,
what
oh,
I'm
that's,
saying?
we'll be like, oh, that's messed
I'm
up.
nosy
But
as
I mean,
hell.
this is one of those situations. We'll be like, China ain't did shit to me.
Hold on,
No,
hold
it's
on.
real. No,
if China
but-
get to tripping, you
but-
will beef, and I'll tell
but
you why.
they will shoot, and there's no way for them to say, "Hey, this missile is only going to hit white people
Yeah.
or somebody
They
else."
will.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
But
Exactly.
you will feel a certain type of way if China gets to tripping, because your iPhone will be $8,000.
It will. That's the only way. Yeah,
And
they
you
hit the
still won't
pocket.
be struggling to pay it,
Right,
okay?
right,
Like, let's be real.
I think you'll support, like you said, you will support because you live here.
I hope
You
so.
will
No,
support
I mean,
me.
I hope
not
so.
everybody-
Can I
But
throw
so,
something out? Sorry.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
all the time. So
You
we
know,
will.
You're wrong.
Okay. I mean,
No, we
I
won't
don't-
pro- we
I
probably
don't
will
keep
Move,
up-
cool.
I
trying
don't
to give
keep
y'all
up with
a
other countries' history like I used to.
Right.
Okay.
I don't,
There were less countries
Do
back
other
then.
countries disrespect their leader as much as we disrespect our leader? Whether
Well,
it's
we-
Trump,
But we don't know
whether
that.
it's
Respect
Obama,
is not
We can't
whether
say
it's-
that we know that
whether
because
it's-
we're not in those other countries to know what they're dealing with.
That's-
There are people that are just so cold cut
There
that
are-
it's just like
The thing,
damn. Like
what
are you
Lee
for
Ice is
us?
failing to differentiate is What makes America
Articulate.
great is your ability to do that. Other places
We're
have
able to
dictatorships.
be more vocal.
Okay,
Well,
but
they'll
when
show up
shit go down, what side are you going to be on?
You're going to
That's-
be on the side of where
okay.
you live.
Listen, most of us that don't like Trump, we're gonna be like, shit. If that shit don't come into my yard, it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay.
That's me. Now,
Hey, I didn't like Bush, but
now,
when he dodged that
jokers
shoe,
will be
that was
like,
my
hey,
man.
Jokers will be like, I'm, us as people probably be like, yeah, we'll roll for Obama, but some of this stuff right here, I'm like, cause when we start looking at things in Trump's eyes, he is perpetuating a lot of these issues. So why are we the ones that's got to come?
Or
Except
so
for the
it seemed. Let's play
repercussions
devil's
of
advocate.
the issue.
Or so it seemed.
Yeah.
Okay.
He could be just calling out shit. I'm not saying I'm up for support. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Right.
He could be just calling out shit that we just let people get away with for a very long time. And finally, you the new dog in the yard, and you're going to.
But-
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that there could be a different narrative that
There is.
we're not privy to.
Right.
Okay.
'Cause we're not
I
in-
can't
we're not in the mix.
remember.
Right.
So just real quick, I've really been like dying to like say this, but because we've been talking about like these like stances that we take on issues that have arose and like whatnot the case may be, we've all I'm sure have watched the movie on not the movie but the docu-series on Netflix, the Central
Central
Park
Park
I
5,
haven't seen it
baby.
yet.
Okay, what was the name of the
gotta see
docu-series
Central Park
again?
Five.
I always missay it. It's like when something
Here.
Wow.
The name of the hood was These Fuck Niggas Did It Again.
Okay, wow. So we all fail. I'm so sorry. But like, regardless, it's just like we're watching the justice system fail and manipulate and take advantage of us and just have this crazy like approach and like, direct like you're going to be wrong and you're going to have to say what I want you to say, like mindset at the end of the day, that it's not something that we've just started to become victim to, but clearly has become something that not only that we've known, we've happened to be a part of, but now it's being documented and it's being a part
No,
of
the
like,
difference is just being videotaped.
no,
It was
but
always
it's
this bullshit.
so messed up. Like this shit really ate me up, and I really and I feel like a lot of people had a hard time, like swallowing like all these pills that we've had to take and see because these confessions are also on YouTube for anybody that wants to go and check it out. You can go on YouTube and actually see the confessions of these unfortunate men.
Well, they were
that
coerced, but the question isn't how bad that was.
No, the justice
It's all
system-
the other ones that you don't see, which
Right.
is what Ray's saying. And
Right.
and they put it's a shame that it has to be a production
Right.
No,
to
but
put
what
these
I'm
atrocities
saying is,
into America's
So
home.
now that we know time and time and time and time and goddamn time again that we're being played, at what point do we say enough is enough? Like we need to have a coalition. We need to have a support team. Like that shit like really broke me up. I was really upset watching. I can't even get past the first episode because I'm so tore up.
Well,
at how
that
messed
is
up
on
it
our
is.
people.
Right.
Then
Because
that's
the
what
only
I'm
thing we
saying.
show
Like,
up
at what
but-
point do we say enough is enough?
see.
Though it's
Now,
messed up.
But in a
But there's
sense,
no
it is.
but.
In a sense, it is on us because this is one of the things that I faulted Barack on. Like, dude,
You can't
oh,
fault
no. In this world, equality is a political death.
There's no
To me.
equality.
No.
though.
It is. No.
There's
So
no
let
let
him
him make his point.
It's
Let
a
him make his
political. It's a political death if we try to get equality for all people. That's something that nobody ever wants to do. That's why Trump can say what he say because it perpetuates negativity and holding down one person and raising up another set of people.
He's lighting
so,
the fuel
with that
under
being
our
said,
butt.
he could have said, "Look, we need to put into some serious ways that police justice is level across." Or the things that we're seeing now where everybody's so free to talk about, hey, I don't like this person, or, all the little shit that we see, because they can do that because that's who's at the top is able to just say, hey, we're going to keep these people down, but we're going to call it protecting the border, or we're going to say we just feel a certain way. This is stuff that as a politician or people in power, we should be able to
manipulation.
say, look, shit is not equal. We need to do something whether you're going to win the votes or not. And that's where the problem is. They're worried about their votes.
That's all they worried
That's
about.
what
the
they're
votes.
worried about. What we don't understand
Right.
and what
What-
we still
but we-
don't want
What
to
it's
understand.
always been is a worry about the votes, though. The people. Okay. Now the issue with here's an issue, and people don't call themselves on their lack of participation.
Right.
No,
everyday
we're
life.
ignorant. Like
because
we
it's not about ignorance.
we
It's
look
laziness.
the other way.
laziness.
No,
Exactly.
it's laziness.
And I think that goes hand in hand.
Yo,
like, to
it's
be
lazy
honest,
because there's
It's
a
laziness.
polling booth
There's so
like
much
5, 10
opportunity.
miles within everyone's
like
house.
even on your point,
Yeah.
you said when you talked about Obama, everybody showed up to vote Obama in because
Yeah.
Diddy was out there and
Right.
Will Smith was out there,
Right.
but no one showed up 2 years later to get him the House and the Senate he needed
Exactly.
to pass
Or-
said laws.
yeah.
and
So-
he was under attack constantly.
And
so
I feel
anything
like
that was
that's still
viewed that he was
ignorant.
doing for black people
Right.
was attacked.
and he
And
can't
that's
do, and you
lack
can't
of
do
knowledge.
that.
And they-
But there's no more lack of knowledge. It's out there for you to see.
No,
Everybody
it's lack
has
of action. We are not out. We are not outsmarted.
proactive.
We're out. We're not outnumbered. We're out prepared.
Yeah.
And that's the key. It's being prepared. It's putting down 25% of the partying
Yeah.
and growing up
Yeah.
and actually being part of society.
Yeah.
You can't blame society if you're not an active member. If you don't do your they're not going to give you
Right,
this.
the cheat
So were
codes, like,
you
they're
in
not
high
gonna
school
know.
paying attention in civics, or were you outside smoking a doobie?
Mm-hmm.
You could have taken your civics book while you were smoking a doobie, but the question is,
Mm-hmm.
the answer is, include yourself in the decision-making process. Don't
Absolutely.
just complain about the results, but then you don't do the work.
Yeah.
You see, it's out there. That's why white folks can get what they want, because they read the laws, understand them, and they do things the
And
proper
they
way.
skate right on the day.
We fuss about it, yell.
Yep.
When a police officer
that's
pulls
our
us over,
problem, and it's
we want to scream and
heartbreaking.
holler and cuss the police
and
officer
complain,
out.
because
Okay?
it's
well,
a
white
habit,
people say, okay.
It's a habit of
That's
ours.
why
like,
they get home.
Yes,
but
that's
a
why they
bad
get home.
habit.
And
It's
that-
a horrible
It's
habit.
a habit that's
It's
getting
a
you killed.
cycle.
And think about it. How
Exactly.
stupid are you to continue this behavior when you know this is what they're going to do?
But you don't know that. We know this because we having this conversation and we're able to
Listen,
understand. that.
everybody knows.
No,
everybody
people
knows.
You
are
can't miss it.
That's what I'm saying. But
Everybody
people will
knows.
be so quick to just turn their left cheek
And the movie, thank you, shout out to Macabre, when they see us.
when they see us. I knew it
And,
was.
and
On
we should
Netflix.
really be angry because, did you understand what just happened in Minnesota when they gave that cop 13 years for shooting wrongfully? I mean, shooting a lady, right? On video, there wasn't a lot to talk about.
Nope.
But then every time we do something, we got to go to the videotape. We got to look over and over and over again.
Over and
then they get
again.
exonerated.
Well, here's the narrative.
So,
You kill a white person, that's terrible.
yeah.
Kill a Spanish person, that's
There's no
terrible.
excuse.
You kill a black person, well, let's
It's
let's-
affluence.
Let's wait till all the facts.
Affluenza, whatever
right,
the
'cause
case
they're-
may be.
We don't, because they're
Something-
killing themselves anyway.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like you said, we just gotta be prepared, and somebody's got to take action. Somebody's
educate
got to
ourselves.
take action.
Yeah. Now, Sports Slice
Uh-oh.
with Rose and Ice.
Oh shit.
I got a question for you
What's your question?
Now I
too.
put my seat down.
Let him go
Put
first.
your seat down.
Are the Lakers instant contenders or instant favorites
What
now?
now? When you say instant, what do you mean?
Instant, since the move that recently happened, the trade for AD, the unibrow.
I would not. What you
Are
gotta say?
they
Go
instant
ahead.
favorites?
What are you gonna say?
They need some guards. If they pick, they need at least 2 or 3 more players, and then they'll be instant contenders.
It does not make them contenders.
They're on their
but-
way.
Well, I'm sorry. Didn't I give him his chance?
You did.
Okay.
I wasn't finished, but go ahead.
What do you got to take a break to breathe? Go ahead.
Pretty much.
Master.
My voice.
Lee Ice enjoyed
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Lee
Lee
Ice.
Ice.
Go ahead, man.
When we say contenders, no, it does not put them up there. Golden State, Houston,
Really?
stuff like that.
Okay.
But it puts them in the conversation. Which
Okay.
is where you always want to be.
With just LeBron and AD.
Yes, it puts them in the. It puts them in the middle. I think it solidifies them in the middle of the pack, 4 or 5, somewhere around that little area. Because
Okay.
he's just. AD is still young, and I think everybody, at least for these next year or two, everybody comes back. Oh, when you leave a certain situation, you always want to try to you show it the best you can.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think AD does that. It will do that. Now LeBron, I still don't like him.
Okay.
I think he's overrated. They do need a guard. If they were able to keep Josh Hart,
Okay.
I think they would have really been a contender.
Do they re-sign Rondo?
You have to. You probably have
You
to
have
now.
no choice.
Rondo
Because-
doesn't want to be there.
Do you make a go for one of the free agents that's out there right
I don't
now?
think they have enough money.
What about Butler?
He has to want to come here. I think they're gonna need people that want to come here because the money's not gonna be the same that they can get elsewhere.
Can they do a trade for Bradley Beal?
Nope.
I don't think they have the bodies unless they give up who stayed Kuzman. That's the only way. I mean, because you would have had to give up.
Would you take a future number one?
They don't have shit
And
left.
Kuzma?
We in like 5 years now. They don't already.
Well,
the
we're
next
stuck
4.
for the next 4 with paying John Wall like $2,862 million. So,
I think you would have. You would have to seriously entertain it if the Wizards wanted to get better. You'd have to entertain it because that Bradley Beal and John Wall are assets. If you feel you can get something back, subtraction by addition.
If the Lakers,
right,
and this is a
and you add
and
Beal.
this is not a very big if.
Okay.
It probably will happen.
All right,
they're going to sign Kemba Walker. Once they sign Kemba Walker, then they become.
But no, I don't know about that because Kemba is a volume shooter. He has to have the basketball in his hands. With that being said, what is LeBron going to do? LeBron going to do, and AD's going to want it. I'm just saying, throwing 3 people together that are decent does not necessarily mean you're going to win.
We saw it in Houston.
You have to check egos.
And then they don't have a coach, so
that's the other thing.
You have to check egos if you want to get a big 3.
Does Carmelo come out of retirement?
Who?
Carmelo.
Who?
If Carmelo is okay with being a 6th man,
all right,
and picking up,
he can't even count to 6,
and picking up his defensive effort,
or work on his 3 and be a Robert Ory.
It's not even really the 3. It's just wherever he goes, when the ball gets in his hands, everything stops, and you can't do that.
I blame Lala.
Yeah, I blame Lala too. She fat though.
Don't blame no woman. For
I blame
no
all women, like Aisha Curry.
Look,
women are the devil.
Let me tell you something. Golden State would have won if it wasn't for Aisha Curry.
Yes.
She was all in my man's business.
I'm trying to tell you. Listen, Aisha.
Why is it about
messed
you?
up
what are you
everything
talking about?
with her
Like,
foolishness, talking about
foolishness.
Talking about I'm looking for a guy.
Unbothered man on this
No.
earth. I don't even have to like tell you nothing about his game to let you know that he is so unbothered.
No, it was Aisha's fault.
She's
She
light
threw
skinned.
him
He
off.
can't
You
show
guys
weakness.
are just evil men that want to
No.
blame a woman for somebody's
but why
like
is she-
mishap.
Why
Like,
she had to
that
say
makes
anything?
no
She
sense.
should have been at home cooking and barefoot.
She
barefooted.
probably was, and then she probably did that. So then now what? Like, what are you
So
trying
then
to
why are
say?
you looking for attention from other guys?
You're talking from so. Listen, you know how
'Cause
they
they
say
swing.
like no, but you know how they say women like hold on to stuff. Y'all holding on to shit. Like,
You heard
what do
it
you
here.
guys,
No, but
what do you
that-
guys
Yeah,
do?
why don't
You
hold
holding on to
I
shit, but
got
you did it. You're holding on
No,
to shit.
Why
because
don't
That
you?
was so long ago. Like
It was not.
Okay.
They done gave her.
Ray.
They gave Aisha a whole
No,
motherfucking
like-
special.
Hold on, one at a
You guys
time.
make nobody
Ray.
make sense right now. You guys
Moko.
talk about women. Okay, my
Monkey.
ladies. This is the ladies podcast.
No.
tonight.
Ray.
No,
What's
but
going
look,
on? What?
they gave
Ray.
her a whole motherfucking show. Then they had Black Women United going up and
How does
she's
that,
going all
so
this and
as
that.
a man,
No,
how does that affect your game? Like,
it
what
does
you have
because,
to? What,
because
he has nothing to
that
think
is
about.
unnecessary. Listen,
He is
hold
so.
on.
Steph Curry's the most unbothered man. I'm
Now
trying
you
to tell
see
this
what the
story.
problem
I
with
want to
relationships
be-
in
Now, can I
society
say
today,
one
right
thing?
here.
Now,
Like-
Steph doesn't have no drama, doesn't have no.
That's what
escalate.
I'm
Hold
saying.
on,
Like,
hold-
he
see,
don't ever be
Hold
bad
on,
on
Ray.
this
Ray.
woman.
Ray.
So listen.
Calm down, Aisha.
Aisha, Steph. Now listen,
Little
Steph.
menagerie.
Steph. Now listen, Steph does not have any problems. He doesn't have any no extra baby moms that we know about, any outside drama, any woman.
Right.
Okay, his job is done. All he do is play basketball.
That's
As
it.
his wife, shut up, and that's it.
Yeah, no, I
look
feel
at
you.
Look at LeBron's LeBron's wife. She says nothing.
Nothing.
She says nothing.
She may
Just
not even
shut
be able to
up.
speak. She
You
might
don't
be mute.
Just because.
And we
hold
heard
on.
that the
And then, hold on.
Rihanna rumor is circulating.
Didn't we always? Don't you always hear the women talking about? Hey, it doesn't. We don't have to worry about a man's should make you feel a certain way.
Okay.
You don't need no man to talk to you. Shut up.
Okay,
Exactly.
so
Enjoy
she
this.
got out
That's
of
it.
pocket.
And on-
Okay, yes, as
Yes,
you know,
and
a
that's
sister
extra
to
shit
another
going on.
sister. I was just like, yo, like my
Y'all
G's,
support
like,
each other no
No,
matter
Well, you
what.
know
now
what,
he's-
Ray?
Now he's
You
real
know what
loud.
she
Got to
should
think
do?
I
about
didn't
it.
even say nothing. Look
shouldn't
at
leave.
my ladies acting up right
She
now.
shouldn't
Like,
leave.
everybody
'Cause they know.
They at home cooking for their men.
Right. They all making
So
oodles and
is she?
noodles.
She has her own cooking channel. Like, what are you talking about? Like, she cooks. She
Ray
does
doesn't
everything.
cook.
Like,
By
she
her
holds
reaction, Ray
herself
doesn't cook.
I do
So
not.
if Steph was like, if Steph came out and did not support his wife, would he be Would he be in the wrong?
If he what?
If he was like,
I mean,
if
I
he
don't
said
know.
anything other than
It's something obviously that he lacked and that made her come out and have to say what she had to say.
The
Who
draws.
she's missing something.
So we're gonna close on a closing
Yeah.
note.
Fuck that bullshit.
Shut up, Aisha.
Yeah.
When his career is over, they'll always
We're
put
not
you on
ma-
basketball.
She can
wives.
always leave.
Okay.
And,
She'll
and
be
go
on
back
No,
to
don't
being
shut up,
a
Aisha.
pretty
Because
light-skinned
if
girl.
Aisha didn't have to feel the way that she did, niggas would be coming home with motherfucking finals rings. So therefore, speak up, Aisha. Don't listen to these ladies over
But if
here.
when you shut, when we didn't hear from you, he
listen,
won games.
Play your, listen.
That's called science.
No, everybody
let's
play
go on
they-
to the game show.
Everybody play their
Bingo.
role right.
We're
Everybody
going on
play
to the
their
game
role
show.
Bye,
right.
Ray.
Now,
No, don't.
the game show
Bye, Ray.
almost
Have my
didn't
name
make.
right.
Now, let me tell you this: the game show almost didn't make it. because there's one member of our panel that refuses to allow us to get through it. So today, we'll judge if we have this game show
That
ever
one
again.
has 1,
So
2,
now,
3, 4.
this game show today is Are You Smarter Than a Grade Schooler?
Uh-oh.
I'm going
I
to
thought it
ask
was
you
a fifth
questions.
grader, but we had to dumb it down.
Now, well, we're going to go through the grades, okay?
Go ahead.
So,
Get your
let's
shot
go.
out the corner.
Oh, here we go.
Who invented the light bulb in 1879?
Alexander Graham Bell.
Dummies.
Alexander Graham Bell.
This is why Aisha, you just shut up.
Don't do
Alexander
we all
Graham Bell.
Aisha's right now, okay? Don't y'all play.
Nobody? Nobody.
I hit it 3.
What,
No,
Lee
he
Ice?
did. He did. Like,
What is it, Lee Ice?
Oh, the Bell did the phone, didn't he?
Who is
Look
it,
at me.
Lee
You
Ice?
gotta
Fuck y'all.
answer looking at me. You gotta look at me. No, you can't.
Too late.
No, that's too late. Too late.
Next
I
one.
just
All right,
told
next
you to
one.
look at me. You obviously
Next
feel like
one.
everybody out
I
there.
should get that point.
From which country did Mexico gain its independence in the 19th century?
I'm gonna take a sip. I don't like these questions.
Damn, Mexico. What do they speak?
Spain.
Anybody.
Spain.
Lee Ice gets 1 point.
Everybody in the
I get
motherfucking
1
audience
point?
say the answer.
I get
Don't make
1
me ice.
point.
See, Lee, stop.
Hey.
getting
Any
Lee.
other time it's been 100, I get
Ice.
1.
Well, it was fun having the
Ice.
game all these years, folks, but unfortunately, okay. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were the first two men in the entire world to do what? Justy Rose.
Go to the moon.
Justy Rose gets 100
Damn.
points.
That
Hold
was
it
the one
together.
thing you know.
Second grade.
Now we in
Second grade. Let's go. Second grade.
All right, go ahead. I'm ready.
What are the 3 branches of
Y'all
the
see
United
this
States
bullshit?
government? Hold on. Time out. Time out. Shut
Look
the
at everybody in
freak
the
up.
audience trying to get it together.
Like, literally.
I hear y'all bubbling in the
You're
back.
talking
Y'all like,
through the game. This is why you lose, player.
wait, hold
You
on.
the third
talk
one.
through half the game. You
Wait,
got 100
Can
points.
y'all
Just be
not say
quiet.
that? Come on.
She got this one.
I
What
got
are the
100.
3
This one.
branches
I
of the
remember my
United
shit.
States government?
See, you didn't say that.
Legislative,
Bay.
executive, and judicial. Don't try to play me.
100
Don't-
points for
don't-
Ray.
don't
Next
try
question.
to play me.
Moco.
Monkey. Italy, Japan, and Germany's
I'm tired of
alliance
fuck all y'all.
was called what during World War II? Lee Ice, you were there?
Lee Ice throwing the beat some
That was funny.
No, you know what?
Lee Ice, because Lee Ice is our eldest first.
I didn't hit it.
You don't know? Ray LeBay. Stop giving her the answers behind me.
Ain't nobody looking at me.
Good.
Ain't nobody
Italy,
here.
Japan, and Germany.
The Allies.
Nobody.
Fuck.
The axis of evil. Next question.
Uh,
What city was the first to be attacked by an atomic bomb? Justy Rose with the quickness.
Hiroshima.
Justy Rose's got 200 points.
why you
Going
not the
to
ones
the
that
next
I
one.
know?
Third grade.
That's what you two did.
And
Like-
just for the record, 2 of y'all stayed back. The first fireworks were invented in the 7th century in what country? Ray LeBay.
Nah, stop
don't
looking.
know.
Come on.
China.
Oh, I don't. 50
Come
points.
on,
'cause they
man.
cheat.
She over there.
50 points.
What you mean?
Julius Caesar was the emperor of what
We all
empire?
in this together.
Justy Rose.
Rome.
Bro, right.
300 points for
I
Justy
even-
Rose. Let's go to the next
that was
one.
the wrong
You in
answer.
education.
What ancient civilization
not me.
built the Machu Picchu complex in Peru?
Stop looking. Come on, Ray. Stop.
I don't
You're letting her
I'm
cheat.
looking at him.
You can cheat too if you want.
Nah,
No, I really can't.
That's your fault.
I'm looking at him.
You should have brought your monocle, Mr. Peanut.
hold on.
Massa?
No. That's what you get. 50-point deduction.
You just colored your hair color. I see you. You popping with that new color.
It-
I like it.
It
Look
was
at
the Mayans. Next question.
Mayans. I said Mayans.
You said Manza.
It wasn't the
Incans. That's why I
Mayans.
got you, lion. It was the Incans. Next question. 4th grade.
Hold on. This is my thing going on.
This is not no damn
From
fourth grade
whom
shit.
did Lee Ice,
Yes,
do you
I
mind?
didn't do it. I didn't do it.
From whom did the United States buy territory in the Louisiana
no
Purchase?
I don't
damn
like this
fourth
game
grade.
no more.
You stayed back, nigga. You in kindergarten.
Hold on.
You finger painting right now. Anybody? Louisiana Purchase.
Look at him. Go ahead. You over it sounding. That's what Ray doing.
5, 4, 3.
France.
Napoleon.
Man, I'm
and
hitting
France.
the button.
No, you weren't. You lying, bro.
You see this?
Who wrote the
You see this
national anthem of
bullshit?
the United States of America?
That is some-
Justy Rose.
He didn't even hit it.
No.
Lee Ice.
Go ahead.
Francis Scott Key, man.
Okay.
Damn.
12 points for Lee Ice. Name the continents.
Well, how many?
Hold on,
Hold
I
on.
can do this. Hold up.
Justy Rose.
No, I don't know this one. I don't
Okay,
know more.
Antarctica, Africa, South America, North America,
Monkey
Asia.
County.
Fuck you, Asia. Fuck.
Uh-oh, that's
you is not a
Europe,
continent.
Europe,
Fuck,
Europe,
fuck, is
Europe,
not one
Europe.
of them.
I'm fucking missing one.
That's
what
not
the
one
fuck
either.
am
Don't
I
tell
missing?
tell us.
Australia. For the motherfucking win.
16
For the motherfucking
16
win.
points.
For the motherfucking
Next
win.
one. Now bonus. Bonus. How many planets
Can I get
are
a score
currently
update?
bonus? How many planets are currently in our solar system? Name them for
Oh,
triple points.
Nah, look, I know what one isn't no more. If nobody cares, Uranus.
Your
fucking-
anus is still there.
Pluto is no longer. So that
Your
so
anus
it's
is
eight.
no longer?
It's 8. No, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter. That's fucking damn. Look at me. That's 5.
Can you count, man?
Moko.
Monkey. Keep it going.
She said her anus.
You said Saturn.
Earth.
Oh, duh. Okay, I didn't know I had to include the one that we're fucking in right now. Venus and Mercury.
You can't get the. She's
No, I know this though. Listen.
Say
I'm
it,
a woman.
make it
I
eight.
know.
You
I'm
sound
a woman.
angry
I
like
know.
Lee Ice.
I'm
Say
a
it
woman. I
again.
know.
Say it
Listen,
again.
Mercury sponsors our razors.
In
Okay?
any event,
She didn't name 9. She only
No,
named
it's-
7.
Well, listen, smart. So it's not no motherfucking not no.
back
more.
when
We
Lee
don't
Ice
got
was in
Pluto.
school, there were 9.
We don't
Pluto
got-
was a moon now, Lee Ice. Pluto was a moon. So it's
Not the
not.
dog.
So it's 8, like I said, and I got them all. I got
It's
the
all
most
right.
important ones. Okay.
Did she
Like-
say Earth?
But the winner, no, she didn't.
Well, no, but that's
But-
I'm thinking.
but
like
she
the
didn't
most
get 'em
important-
all.
that's the
She
most
didn't get 'em all.
important
The
one.
winner for the day is Lee Rose. Rose wins today.
He
Did you
was-
have fun?
How
We
was-
did.
How?
Thank you.
He didn't even say shit.
Because he didn't cheat. Hey,
And I cheated.
each and every Tuesday, WLVS
So
Radio.
each one
listen,
of those
visit.
answers that I just
y'all
said,
I have no. My ear is bleeding.
so bullshit.
I just gave y'all the 8 planets and the 7
We'll be on
continents,
YouTube
and
in
my
20
ass
minutes.
didn't win
Can
while
you
they were
call
where
sitting
you
there
can
somebody-
see Rahel
Niggas
cheating.
nothing.
Yeah,
the
fuck with us.
Aishas have won tonight.